Thank you very much. What a historic day for Canada. You know, we have a tremendous amount of pride as a country that engages positively around the world, that understands, demonstrates, and shares the fact that diversity can be an extraordinary source of strength and of solutions for our country. A country that understands that resilient, accepting neighborhoods are characterized by people of many different backgrounds and faiths coming together to build a brighter future for their children and their children's children. And we do an awful lot, as would be understandable, of taking things for granted, of looking at all that Canada has achieved and thinking that, you know, it's always been this way. But it hasn't. Canada didn't happen by accident, and it won't continue without effort, without us remembering that we need to be there for each other, to lean on each other, to respect and be open towards each other, and to be welcoming. And part of that, as we challenge ourselves to do more every day, is recognizing that we haven't always been this way. So, while recognizing and apologizing formally for the Komagata-Maru incident is extremely important, obviously, to the South Asian Canadian community, it is equally important for all Canadians to remember what it says about us, about how we must always strive to be better, strive to be more open, strive to be more accepting. Et c'est toujours un défi. C'est toujours plus facile de se retourner sur soi-même pour chercher la peur et la division. Mais la raison pour laquelle nous pouvons être fiers de ce pays que nous sommes, c'est parce que nous avons choisi la voie qui est plus difficile, de se rassembler, d'être ouverts et respectueux. And I'm certainly someone who knows that sometimes it's a challenge to always be positive and be welcoming. And indeed, I'm going to apologize again for a incident in the House this evening that might take away a little bit in the news tomorrow, and for some people, the extraordinary celebration that today is, and the important, momentous occasion that this day represents, not just in the story of Sikh and South Asian Canadians, but in the story of this country. And for that, I truly regret. But at the same time, we must know that this day, like the day of the formal apology for residential schools, will resonate and be built on in months, years, decades, and one hopes centuries to come, as we continue to demonstrate the diversity of views and of backgrounds is not just a benefit, it is the greatest strength we can draw on as a community, as a country, and one hopes as a planet. And when we talk about drawing on strength, I have to admit that I, through these past 6 months of governance, have been able to draw on the strength of a great number of extraordinary members of cabinet, including South Asian members of cabinet. But right now I want to recognize one in particular who has, he might call me boss, but I call him friend, someone who has shown leadership and courage and distinguished himself in so many different ways that I think it would be a small but very, very fitting gesture to be able to offer to our Minister of Defence, Harjit Sajjan, the flag flown over the Peace Tower on this historic day. Merci beaucoup.